Hey guys, I'm Colin
And this is Ben
from BlackjackApprenticeship.com, and we want to answer a question that a lot of people ask us, which is what is the recommended blackjack bankroll size?
And we are shooting live, by the way, from a not to be named Las Vegas strip casino. And we get this question oftentimes, what size bankroll do I need? And that's a really tricky question because the basic answer is there is no answer. There's a lot of variables that go into bankroll size, like the amount of risk that you want, the amount of money that you're willing to take, whether your bankroll is replenishable or not. We can give you a couple examples of if you have a bankroll that's a certain size, and if you have a certain amount of risk that you would be willing to tolerate, we could generally tell you with a general game how much you would be willing to expect to make per hour. So why don't you do that for maybe like a 10 grand bankroll?
Yeah.
Is that?
And I have to give the disclaimer, all of this is under the assumption that you're a perfect card counter, that you don't make basic strategy, counting, betting, deviation mistakes. Otherwise, you could have $1 million bankroll and you're just slowly gonna give it to the casino.
Yeah, so first of all, bankroll size doesn't matter. Bankroll size, like Colin said, assumes a perfect card counting game, which probably most people watching this do not have that. So bankroll size is not the first thing you should be concerned about. It's actually the last thing. What you should be concerned about is learning how to beat the game.
Yes, and we started with very small bankrolls, but a good skill set, and we were able to grow that. Conversely, there are plenty of people out there with a large bankroll and a bad skill set, they're going to lose it. But for those of us that know how to play, let's use the example of a $10,000 bankroll. I think you could expect to make in the $20 an hour range with that. If you had, we'll say, a $5,000 bankroll, it might be about half that, making about $10 an hour. And if you had a $50,000 bankroll, you're getting more into the professional card counter range, where you could be expecting to make 100 to 200 bucks an hour with pretty low risk. Obviously, it scales. It really is. You have to think of it like an investment, and the more money you put towards that investment, if you're a winning investor, then the more you can generate. If you have a smaller amount to invest, it's gonna be a smaller scale, and you're gonna have to grow it from a smaller amount. But the beauty is that it does scale, and we've been able to experience that from the $200 bankroll size to the $1 million bankroll size.
And there's some variables with that. For example, Colin said for $10,000, $20 an hour, right? That's with a certain amount of risk. So if you're willing to do double the amount of risk, then you could probably make double the hourly rate, which would be, you're looking closer to about the $40 hour range, but there's a cost for that. Yep. So there's no simple answer. There's software that you could use to calculate this stuff.
And there's a lot of other variables, the quality of the game you play, the penetration, the number of decks, all that stuff, and we go into that in our video course. I'll actually put a link below to a more thorough write-up that helps people understand some different examples of bankroll size, and that will hopefully get you guys to understand what's going to fit your goals and your investment size.
So this is Ben and Colin from BlackjackApprenticeship.com. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, or go to BlackjackApprenticeship.com to learn more about card counting. We hope to see you guys around.